At the end of the day, whether it's true or false, I don't want to know. I don't want to care. And if I'm telling you I want to move on, I want to move on. So let's just move on.
Can I just say something? And it might be controversial. She gives me Gypsy Rose vibe. Not completely. You guys, the girl is so... Hey guys, welcome back to Human No Reason. So we're going to do episode 8 for Love is Blind UK season 1. Okay, so we're seeing the couples living their daily lives and everything, and we kick in with Nicole and Benaya having a lovely picnic outside, and Nicole asks Benaya, I think I want to see Sam and give him back his bracelet and his ring.
What do you guys think about that?
Listen, I feel like she should. I feel like she definitely should give him back his ring and his bracelet.
I think she wants to talk to Sam and say, listen, don't you be telling anything about my business. She wants to see where she is on that information he has on her. Because the reality is, girl, keep the ring. Mm-hmm. He gave it to you. Sell it and get the money, and then add it to maybe your vacation with your husband, your new husband, and then his bracelet, mail it to him.
Other than that, Benaya gets emotional, and he doesn't want her to talk to Sam because he feels like he's going to manipulate her.
And Benaya keeps on repeating, like, listen, Nicole, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm not comfortable. Benaya, you can't fight.
Yeah, I think
say that away. Fight. You can't fight.
But he could definitely cry because he gets emotional and he starts tearing up, for the love of God. Listen, in the end of the day, you can see he has a really good heart and he just wants the best for her.
I'm noticing people are liking Benaya a lot now.
Yes.
Before they weren't so sure, and now they're getting protective over him. Like they're saying, Nicole ain't for you. I'm seeing the comments on social media.
Yeah, okay. and I'm one of them.
Now the group of people, they go to a pub, their last day of hurrah before the serious days, of like getting the wedding dress and all that stuff. And this is the part where I turned on the caption, guys, because I didn't understand Tom's conversation with Benaya. It was hard for me to understand.
Listen, as a person who graduated from Pride and Prejudice and Sense and Sensibility and all those type of movies, I understood everything that he said.
Tom mentions to Benaya that we had a blip, me and Maria. They had dinner.
Yes.
It was a good dinner. He said, I paid for it. Mm-hmm. The next day they had breakfast and she offered to pay for it. And then later on, he said that things got a little awkward, started speaking in monosyllabic, like, yeah. Sure. And that's not how we don't. Yeah, no, that's 2 syllable. And then after he was like, and she normally doesn't communicate like that. And she later on says, "Can we have a chat?" And then after she said, "Where I'm from, men, especially in the courtship phase, usually pays. It's not good when a woman is seen paying for things. Mm-hmm. It's a huge embarrassment for the woman."
And you know what? And
I
agree.
Completely understand.
And I agree with her. For the love of God, girls, literally the bar is in at this point.
Think about how embarrassing it is. You go to pay the meal, okay? And the guy's standing behind you, and you open up your tiny, tiny, tiny purse, and you take your little credit card out, and and the guy's standing behind you like, a soft and delicate queen, as he is.
Queen, yes. Forget about coffee dates anymore, you guys. Men are not going for coffee dates. They're asking women to go for a walk.
And then you have Tom and Benaya talk about who they want to see and who they don't want to see. And Benaya was like, well, you know who I don't want to see. I don't want to see Sam. He's on a short fuse with me.
I really want to know what Sam really said. Then after we have Catherine and also Maria, they're having a conversation where Catherine says, Freddie's not that affectionate with me. Then Maria responded and said, why don't you initiate then?
She said, I did. But whenever I do, he's just so dorky and silly with it.
Well, that's his love language, for the love of God. Because Catherine says, we have 2 different love languages. Listen, at this point, Catherine, we're seeing you. You're fishing.
She even said, I want him to be like more aggressive and like
that's
touching me
and all that stuff. Because you will say, you're hurting me.
Yeah.
Listen, at this point, she is
You remember
fishing.
when he touched her at the shopping center and she goes,
patting me like a dog. Listen, Catherine, we're seeing you clear as day. At this point, I'm annoyed by her. How many strikes she is, Summer?
Not yet with me. She's still on. She's 2 strikes with me. Okay. She hasn't crossed the strike.
I think that's my first strike.
Your first strike? She's on strike 2 with me already. Who knows? She might catch another strike. And then we have right now Bobby, Aaron, and Ollie all talking together. Guys, notice every time a bro comes in the environment, Ollie always is like,
he jumps up around.
He gets so excited as if, they're in high school and he's surprised that they all made it to the next grade. It's hilarious. And then Aaron asked this question, notice directed at Ollie, not necessarily to Bobby. He said, if there was another female that catches your attention, would you be like Demi? No. And he said, if I'm going to be honest, at this point, no, nothing. And Love is Blind team decided to drop a bombshell. Charlotte comes in with Tasha. And she's actually very, very, very cute.
Very pretty. Very pretty.
Immediately he goes,
who's that? Who's that? Listen, every guy in that room turn around and say, who is this young lady?
Yeah, even Tom was like, baby. Maria's like, what? He goes, who's that? And she goes, oh, that's Tasha and Charlotte.
No, she didn't say it in that way. She's like, that's Tasha and Charlotte.
Yeah, I love her accent so much.
She has a deep voice.
And Ollie then tells Aaron that, yo, so we said earlier about Charlotte, man, she's mad.
Sublime.
Berserk, okay? But listen, at the end of the day, I know what this experiment's about. Hint, 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 hint. And so I want to go ahead and finish it, and I choose the Demi. Okay.
You know what he's giving me? SK and Raven.
Yes, I think we're saying the same thing. I believe they're both gonna say no at the altars, but want to continue dating each other. And Ollie is going to convince Demi that.
She just want to get married, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
she loves this man.
And she likes this guy a lot. But I believe he's all about this, to be honest with you. There's certain men, right, that I just don't know they want to get their money and they want to leave. Yeah. So I know 100% they're going to say no at the altars, and they're going to continue dating, and he's going to pull an SK.
So after that, we have Sam entering the room, and the minute he entered, we see Steven telling Benaya, yo, chill, chill, chill. This is not the place, basically.
Apparently, Benaya can fight.
And then Sam went to Benaya. He greets him. He said, hey, how's it going? We should definitely talk later on.
He said, and he said, maybe not.
Yeah. But the thing is, he ignored Nicole, who was right beside him. And after Benaya turns around, he's like, that's super rude that he didn't, acknowledge your presence.
And notice this, too. You see Kat tell Freddie, oh my God, Freddie, like Sam looks completely like my ex. She keeps on repeating it.
Yeah,
and I'm
several times.
And so I hopped on social media to see if that's true. Because why are you repeating it so many times?
Is it true? She doesn't have her ex out?
No, I don't see anything. Now, we notice Kat and Freddie have a little bit of a blip, and I'm a strong believer if you don't want nothing, don't start something.
True.
Kat said to Freddie, oh my God, Sam looks identical like my ex, doesn't he? And Freddie was like, oh, okay, oh man. After she goes, what do you think about the girls? And see, I believe the reason why she asked that question is because she wanted him, because I feel like he's an honest idiot too.
He's an honest idiot.
And she wanted to have something on him too, because now he has that on her. So she asked him, what do you think about the girls? Yeah. And he goes, well, I had a chat with Charlotte. She's nice. And she goes, okay. And, got quiet again. And he said, oh, she's attractive. She goes, I heard you the first time.
Calm down.
I said, what? First, I'm like, no. He only said it once.
It's like he's in heat.
Yeah, no, that's what she thinks at this point. Yeah. And then after he goes, well, you said Sam was your ex several times. And he's right.
Yeah, she said it I think 5 times at this point.
I think 1,000 times. And he only said one time Charlotte is attractive. But let's be real.
Everyone knows that Charlotte is attractive.
But you're not supposed to say that. That's why I call him an honest idiot. You're not supposed to say that, especially to a girl who's very jealous. But I believe 100% Kat egged him on. And this is the part, guys, that we're all been waiting for. Sam's debacle. He was talking with Ollie, and then he told Ollie, like, I feel like I'm getting a lot of cold shoulder from a lot of people. And then Ollie tells him, like, yeah, there's rumors running around that you weren't here for the right intention. And he goes, on that note. And then you see Nicole telling Benaya,
I gotta go to the washroom, right?
Sam sees her walking by, and he grabbed her, and he goes, can we really talk? And she goes, sure. You wanted that, Nicole. And then this is where it goes. He said, I want to finish the experiment with you. I was in it to win. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, like at this point when he said, I want to finish the experiment with you, clearly you had certain agendas, right?
Yeah, and he asked her, like, did you ever loved me? I think he's trying to save himself on that one. And she said, yeah, I really loved you at the pods, but I just feel like there was something else I needed. And he said, yeah, like you wanted to get physical. And I told you.
And there was the bomb. Yeah. You know what I mean? We finally know the secret, you guys.
Yeah.
And this girl, listen, at this point, she is for the streets. This
okay.
girl, no, she is for the streets. I swear to God.
Okay, well, let me explain what he means. Let me explain.
Okay, go ahead.
He said, I didn't want to rush things. He said, like, I felt like a true gentleman. And I want to treat you with respect because you deserve it. And she goes,
excuse me? Treat me like a... So you guys, listen, we already know she was feeling some uncomfortable feelings towards this man, okay? Because his words were not connecting to his action, right?
She just said, well, because we have different ways of expressing affection.
You barely know the man. And plus you have certain views about him, like he's not here for the right reasons. Second of all, Benaya did tell you that this guy might be sketchy, but you still want to sleep with him?
How about the contradiction?
Hello?
Right? Okay, how about the contradiction? She said, we have different ways of being affectionate. She likes the touching. Apparently, the sleeping is fine too. Well, then when you're talking to Benaya in that little vineyard area, you just said,
I wasn't intimate until I was like in my 20s. That's because for me, it was like I'm conscious about who I share my body with.
Am I losing my mind?
Nicole?
What is wrong with you?
Do we have our first villain? I want to bring up this point, and I hope you guys clocked it too. Remember when Sam finally saw Nicole, and he made this ridiculous comment about, I don't care what you guys say, I think she's beautiful. And we're all like, who said that?
She wasn't beautiful.
Who said that? Yeah. But now that you put two and two together, yo, I don't think Sam was at all attracted to Nicole. Clearly, he didn't want to sleep with her.
Of course, because did you not remember that he said, you have boring brown eyes?
Yeah, all that is adding up together. And he's hiding under the umbrella of, oh, it's because I'm trying to be a gentleman. No, you don't find her attractive. Maybe she noticed it too. And it looks like you clearly want to get to the end of the experiment and cash in your money. Now I want to bring up another point. And I'm coming from Nicole's perspective, okay? She was adamant about sleeping with him.
Go ahead.
There's some people that believe that sometimes to break an awkwardness between somebody, especially if it's somebody you're meeting the first time, whatever, you sleep with them.
Ew. But correct us if we're wrong.
Yeah.
So after that, she gives him back the bracelet and the ring, and they hugged it out and went their separate ways.
Yeah. And then after that, Nicole's go back to Benaya. And Benaya said, okay, well, what happened? And she said, well, we left on good terms, wished him the best. And I told him that what we had in the pod was real. And he was like, interesting, because it's an act. And she said, and you could be right. Maybe you could be right. But at the end of the day, whether it's true or false, I don't want to know. I don't want to care. And if I'm telling you I want to move on, I want to move on. So let's just move on.
Can I just say something? And it might be controversial. She gives me Gypsy Rose vibe. Not completely, but a little bit. You guys, like, the girl is so monotone. She's like super nice and sweet and whatever. But controlling, but there's no elements to her personality. It's like a flat line personality.
If I was Benaya, I would say, yeah, you wanting to shut it down so quickly entails that you're hiding something, and I'm gonna investigate.
And the thing is, he doesn't know that she wanted to sleep with Sam yet.
Yeah. The crazy thing is, whether it's true or false, what is she implying? Implying that whatever you might hear could be gossip, and I don't care at this point.
So we have Freddie who's approaching Catherine, and she basically said, buzz off, like, I don't want to talk to you. But what she did after that is she went after Sam, and she asked him, what's in your hands? And he's like, oh, it's my ring from Nicole. And after, she's like, oh my God, let me check it out. And she checks it out. She's like, oh my God, this is the ring that I always wanted. And he looked at her, he's like, well, sweetheart, you have a bigger ring than this one.
She said, can I have it?
Yeah, can I have?
And I said, do you want to switch? What a businessman too, eh?
The flirt game is mad at this point.
Strong.
She's good at it. You know, probably I need to take some notes.
And she said, we need to chat and all that stuff. And he said, about what? And she goes, and she basically implying about what's happening with you. And he said, oh, that's a closed chapter. And she said, but still, you're in London, I'm in London, and let's just connect.
Let's meet up and let's connect. Sweetheart, do you not have Freddie who's super hot and everything? Why are you going after Sam? And clearly he's not interested in you too.
Not at all. No.
It is.
It's another thing too. Even when he said it's a closed chapter, to me it implies that I flopped on this experiment. I didn't get my money or anything. I don't care about you two. I'm out, guys.
Yeah, I hate all of you guys.
And I believe the only reason why Sam came is that he can air Nicole's laundry.
That's it.
And
as he should, to be honest, as he should.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to make him a complete villain, even though Nicole had a hand in it. You know what I mean?
And so we have, after that, Tom and Tasha finally connect. I was waiting for this to happen.
Yes, about time.
I'm like, Maria, sorry, I need to test your patience. A bit. And she was talking to the girls, and the girls asked him, like, oh, Tom's talking to Tasha. And she was like, I'm good. I'm confident.
She says she's confident.
Yeah. And Tom later on was like, Tasha, oh my God, you're a bit more glamorous than I anticipated, right? And then he hit her with her, like, oh, and you're a geek too. And she was just like, a geek? And he said, I promise you it's a compliment. What pride and prejudice is going on here?
At one point, she started putting her lipstick on.
Yeah.
And that was awkward.
And she hit him with the I love you. Wow, Tasha.
That is insane. To an engaged man, he didn't choose you, just to let you know. So why would you want to say that part?
Now, do you feel like she read from Tom that it was okay for her to say that? I believe she did.
I feel like he kind of gave her the opening to say that to him.
Yeah, of course, because he told that
he didn't give her any, like, you know, like, back off.
And he told Tasha that me and Maria are struggling.
Yeah.
We have a lot of issues. So, of course, she's going to say that, well, then I'm right here, a girl who still really loves you. And then Maria comes immediately. Her patient was tested, and she said, can we go sit over there?
Yeah, my legs are killing me. Yeah. Let's go sit over there. So after that, we have Benaya confronting Sam outside. Now, he says to Sam, yo, I think you're an agent. I think you came here with the wrong intention. You're not genuine and all that.
Disingenuous.
And after Sam looked at him, he's like, you know what? Let me tell you something. Do you know your girls wanted to sleep with this?
And the way Benaya let that laugh out. I was like, what in Joker is going on here?
Yeah, he was shocked.
Yeah.
It was a shocking laugh. And after Sam says to him, oh, Mr. Hollywood over here, Sam, the only Hollywood guy here is you.
And the next day, Benaya confronts Nicole and said, I'm aware of this intimacy thing between you and Sam. And she shook her head like, yeah. And then she said something to shut it down. She's a bit controlling.
She is controlling, and she's very vague, and she likes to brush things off. And she didn't give him time to really conversate about the situation.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Get everything out of his chest.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. And then the next day we have Sabrina and Steven. I think everybody's favorite right now, Sabrina and Stevenson. She takes them to
Healthy
Belfast.
relationship.
Yeah, to meet her family and to get the approval. Okay, I didn't know the Irish people are very tough. And we see her family, her mom, her best friend, and her sister Shomisha.
Yeah, that's a unique name.
It's giving me Black and Indian fusion, you know. Right off the bat, you can tell that she has a very protective family. And mother went straight to the point. She goes, she lives in Belfast, you live in London. There's something called the Irish Sea. I was cackling in my laugh. I was like, that's very funny. And the guy, he provided a lot of assurity. Like, yeah. I want this woman. We're going to make it work and whatnot. And she's okay, that's enough. I want to go talk to him. The rest can go. Yeah. And she said that I'm very protective mom. That's my baby. I raised her very well. And from what I'm hearing and knowing with you right now, you have my approval.
And which is great. Which is great.
Nice. And I'm happy for them, honestly.
Yeah, they're such a positive couple, and I like that.
Now we finally see Demi's family, okay? The people that made her the woman she is right now. And listen, a lot of people love her family. Great unit. Very supportive family as well. And Ollie and Demi's father go to the corner to chat, and this was so hilarious.
Yes.
Demi's father was saying, listen, you see how my daughter is, okay? She's very sociable. Everybody loves her. Easy to get along. Outgoing. He said, I was like, and I 100% get that. When we get married, I'm gonna let her continue that lifestyle. She can go out with her friends, male or female, go on women's holidays. It's all gonna be the same.
Quite laid back. She's gonna go out and do her own thing. She's gonna go on girls' holidays. She's gonna have times with friends, both male and female, and I'm absolutely cool with that because I want her to have the same trust and respect in me that I can go off and do my thing and I'm still coming home to her at the end of the day, and that's what that matters.
Yeah. Did you not see Demi's dad's face?
He was just like,
he's like, what?
This is the part where Catherine, strike 3 has reached. I'm done. 100%. Freddie and Catherine were at a restaurant and they were having lunch, and he did mention to Catherine, you're going to move in with me. And she said, is there anything you're nervous about? And he said, well, I've already told you what's bothering with me. And she goes, I know. The fact that I'm sassy and snapping, you've not shut up about it.
If you see Freddie's face at this point, you guys, he's drained. He's tired. He's exhausted. I feel like he aged. Even at one point, his neck seems like it got 10 years older.
After she said you've not shut up about it, she does tell him that being adopted has such a mental effect on me. I was constantly being bullied, which explains why I'm always fiery and, up on the edge and all that stuff. I have to defend myself, okay?
What are you talking about? Bullied by who?
Yeah, it's like, girl, were you raised by pit bulls or something like that? Like,
were your parents that adopted you bullied you? Or you talk about...
No, when she was in school, she was being bullied as a kid.
A lot of people have been bullied in school. So are you going to be rude and disrespectful?
Yeah, I feel like she's using it as an excuse to why she's this way. And she said, listen,
now I really want to see who's her parents.
She said, I don't need to change, but I want to change, she says. And then he makes a good point. You can change at the moment, but a couple of days later, you're going to go back to your real self. And he has a good point. That's true. Some people deep down inside, they just put on a facade when really you know who they are. And you can see it from him. And he drops this comment, guys, where I think even everyone on social media was like, what did he say?
Yeah.
He said, on another note, since we're already talking about worries, if we get married, you are entitled to my money. Would you be offended if my assets go to my sister in the event that I passed away?
So Freddie, absolutely. Okay, that's insane. And I think this is the first time in Love is Blind history somebody mentioned about
prenups and stuff like that.
Okay, Freddie, you just exposed that, you are not willing to continue with this relationship with her.
So this was my theory last night when we were talking about it. I said, this guy is a funeral director.
Okay.
That's probably one of the high conversations they have in families when they roll up.
Yeah.
And he probably noticed a pattern.
He probably saw some drama.
Drama probably said the best option is when your blood family gets your assets.
Yeah.
Because even the way he worded it, in the event if I pass away, I'm like, you're such a funeral director. So maybe that's where he's coming from.
I don't know, but if clearly, this is why I always tell men, stop looking for a girlfriend or a hot toddy, yachty, whatever. Look for a wife, right? If you realize this woman that you're with is not trustworthy with your cash and your money and all that, or she's not going to give money to your family, should I say Kobe Bryant?
Oh my goodness, I was thinking about that right now.
Yeah. Then don't marry her.
Yeah, and she was saying this one, I wouldn't expect anything, but she was highly offended by it.